She advocating keeping the baby from the yeah, nah, man, this little group of mamas right here is fucked up. Nah, homie, she gonna be way worse, I think.
Blueface and Charleston White aren't the headline this time. The internet is locked on Charleston versus Chrisean Rock, and things got messy fast. Charleston didn't just critique her parenting. He called it out as terrible from day one, claiming she mistreated her son long before he was born.
Chrisean Rock, I guess she responded, not really to you, but everybody's like making fun of her son. And she said that everybody who makes fun of her son has died recently or going to die.
That's an explosive charge. And the reason it's trending is simple. People think he might be right. Others say it's cruel speculation. The only honest place to start is with a reality check.
Yeah, we all gonna die. She ain't lying. Yeah, we all gonna die. Even that little retarded motherfucker grew up and died one day. She gonna die and leave the little retarded motherfucker retarded without a mama.
What's alleged, what's on video, what's rumor, and what's absolutely off limits, like diagnosing a child online or pretending the internet knows the full story. If you appreciate balanced breakdowns that separate claims from receipts, subscribe now so you don't miss the next update as this story evolves.
She's like smoking a joint.
Full on pregnant.
While she's pregnant. Full on pregnant. Smoking a joint.
Yeah, we all gonna die one day, but ain't nobody dying because they picking on the baby. You know how many retarded babies been picked on by their grandmamas, their cousins, their brothers, or even a special ed school teacher. Told me you ain't gonna be shit, boy.
And I said, aren't you? And she's like, shh. And I'm like, it ain't no shh. I'm like, the baby's in the stomach. Like, yeah. No.
Here's how it kicked off. Chrisean went live with a raw, emotional rant, defensive, combative, and fiercely protective of her son.
She's sick, minded. That's why I left her. I couldn't just watch that. You feel me? Bitch is not a good person, not a good mom.
She said people talking on her child would face consequences and framed herself as a struggling, single mom raising a special needs kid while the world piles on. That live reignited months of simmering debate. Is the internet unfairly targeting a young mother under pressure? Or are viewers witnessing patterns that deserve intervention? Charleston dropped in on a podcast and, in typical Charleston fashion, didn't hedge. He agreed everyone dies someday, then said the part no one around her wants to say, that she's been a bad mother since day one.
Hey, you feel me? I had to leave because it was with my head that I'll keep telling the pick up your... Man, I don't like to talk about kids on games. I'm gonna leave it alone, but...
Even claiming he could predict the child's condition before birth. That last line is where we need to be careful. Predicting a diagnosis is not a thing. It's internet theater. If you're here for facts, not pile-ons, tap that subscribe. This channel keeps rumor clearly labeled. The reason Charleston's monologue resonated with some viewers is the backlog of alleged behavior people say they've seen with their own eyes.
Oh,
she mine.
Every outfit the little nigga got on right now.
Somebody said, what's really wrong with Junior?
There are old clips and posts where Chrisean, by her own words, admitted to smoking or drinking while pregnant. There are rumors, again rumors, of clubbing and possible heavier substances during that time. The internet treats those claims as settled. They're not, but they paint a picture that makes Charleston's bluntness feel, to some, like overdue honesty.
She needs to go get him some proper therapy and be a mom. That's what's really wrong, bro. And nobody wanna say that, or her friends, everybody wanna hide it. No, she need to go give him some proper therapy and be a mom. That's what's wrong. Nothing really wrong with him. It could get right, but she need to get...
It's also why his critics call him reckless. Weaving medical outcomes into moral judgments is dangerous. Substance exposure can be harmful. That's a public health fact. But no YouTuber, podcaster, or commenter gets to draw a straight line between a mother's worst decisions and a child's condition. That's for doctors, not timelines. Still, the internet never met a timeline it didn't connect. After the baby was born, the pattern people point to goes like this. Escalating online chaos, a handful of viral clips that look negligent. We'll unpack those, and claims from people close to her that reinforce the perception she's overwhelmed, impaired, or both. The first incident that gets cited in almost every thread, neighbors allegedly called Child Protective Services after she reportedly left her son in a car to go live and argue online. That episode coincided with a platform suspension ban, many say Twitch, details vary, and a CPS check. From what's publicly circulated, no permanent removal happened. Investigations were said to have been opened and closed. For critics, that was the wake-up call moment. For defenders, it was proof the system looked and didn't find grounds to separate mother and child. Two people, one moment, two conclusions. Then came the snot wipe clip. You've likely seen it. We won't play it here. Chrisean appears to wipe her runny nose on her toddler. Zero hygiene, zero pause. The optics are awful, and viewers lit her up. Public health folks will tell you, yes, that can transmit illness. But what the internet turns into a condemnation might be, in real life, a split-second bad choice by a stressed parent. That's not a defense. It's context. The problem is pattern. A single questionable moment is forgivable. Repeated moments that look careless are not. When enough of those circulate, audiences conclude, this is who she is, even though clips are curated, edited, and often posted by people who want a particular outcome: likes, outrage, leverage, or all three. Enter Hood Bino, the ex who says he saw it all up close. He claims she fed the baby things he shouldn't eat, ignored cries, moved slowly when he needed help, and left him where he fell instead of scooping him up. He even said the boy only drinks milk because she won't give real food and that the child doesn't walk yet, implying developmental delays. Those are heavy claims and not independently verified. They're also exactly the kind of details that harden public opinion. If you've ever watched this cycle online, you know how it goes. An ex provides color commentary, the most extreme lines become captions, and nuance dies. Does that make him wrong? Not necessarily. It means you should hold every claim at arm's length until a court record, medical record, or caseworker corroborates it. Charleston's fans say he's saying what everyone's afraid to say, that love for your kid doesn't cancel out accountability. His detractors say he's using a toddler to farm views by repackaging gossip as truth. Both things can be partly true. What's not okay is turning a child's health status into a stick to beat a parent with. Even if Chrisean has said her son is on the spectrum, he's a minor who didn't choose the spotlight. The ethical line is simple. Focus on the parent's decisions and possible risks. Don't diagnose the child and don't speculate on causes. If you want commentary that stays on the right side of that line, hit subscribe. We don't play fast and loose with kids' privacy. Blueface inevitably comes up here. People are asking, if he sees the same clips we do, why hand the child back? Why not step in permanently? That question lives in legal gray zones, custody orders, temporary placements, who has physical possession on what days, and whether a court has ruled on primary care. The online imagination often leaps to, he doesn't care. In reality, a parent can care and still be constrained by existing orders and the risk calculus of starting a custody war. That said, critics argue that if he believes the mother is unfit, he has a moral obligation to seek modification and to document everything: dates, texts, videos, and push for services or a change in custody. Both can be true. Court is slow, and action is necessary. The CPS piece is the biggest pivot point. Reports say there have been checks. Reports say cases were closed. That doesn't mean cleared forever. CPS operates on thresholds: immediate danger versus long-term concern. Caseworkers prefer keeping families intact with services, coaching, in-home support, drug testing, parenting classes, unless imminent harm is present. Internet outrage often demands removal. The law demands evidence. If a new incident crosses the line, e.g., confirmed endangerment, positive drug tests while caregiving, patterns documented by professionals, a court can escalate fast. Supervised visitation, mandated treatment, even temporary placement with the other parent or a relative. That's why people say the next mistake could be the one. They don't mean one clip. They mean one documented event that meets statutory criteria. Now to the elephant in the room, pregnancy behavior. Yes, there are old clips and admissions about smoking and drinking. Yes, that's harmful. It's also tragically common. The constructive path isn't retroactive shaming. It's present tense support, screenings, treatment, and honest conversations about postpartum depression, anxiety, mood swings, and self-medication. Plenty of mothers go through dark seasons and come back stronger, with help. The question is whether Chrisean recognizes the need for help and whether the people around her are enabling chaos or building a scaffold. If you're a parent watching this and struggling, talk to a clinician. You don't have to do it in front of a million strangers. What about the content parent critique? That she treats the child like an accessory for lives and clout. That's the stickiest piece because it's systemic. Platforms reward volatility, late night lives, arguments, tears. Gentle, routine parenting doesn't trend. If your livelihood depends on staying visible, you get pulled toward your worst instincts. That's not an excuse. It's a force that smart people must actively resist. Boundaries like no filming the baby, no lives while caregiving, no posting under the influence, and no monetizing meltdowns are the difference between a life and a feed. If she wants to change the narrative, she can start there today. Let's also hold space for the counter-arguments her supporters raise. They say many clips are out of context or posted by people with axes to grind. They note she's in her early 20s with sudden fame, a complicated co-parent, and relentless scrutiny. They point to moments of tenderness and play that don't go viral. They ask the internet to consider how much harsher we are to young Black mothers than to anyone else. Those points matter. Empathy and accountability are not mutually exclusive. You can insist on safe parenting and still reject misogynoir, pile-ons, and mob justice. So, what's next? If the past is prologue, we'll see three paths competing at once. 1. More viral stumbles, more rants, and a CPS escalation that could change custody. 2. A quiet off-camera reset, lawyered-up parenting plan, nanny or family help, a therapist, and a content shift that stops using the child as a prop. 3. A co-parenting recalibration, with Blueface, or other family, taking a larger day-to-day role while she works on treatment, sleep, and structure. The healthiest version combines 2 and 3, services, boundaries, and a team that protects the kid first. That outcome requires humility, not heat. In Charleston, expect him to keep pressing. He thrives on calling the thing a thing, and when he's right, the internet crowns him a truth teller. When he's reckless, he still gets the clicks. If his goal is the child's safety, the most effective call-out is one that funnels pressure toward actual resources. Petition for services, court filings, guardian ad litem, boring, real mechanisms that move the needle. Spectacle alone won't. Quick mid-roll reminder, if you want updates grounded in on-record changes, court filings, agency statements, platform actions, not just spicy clips, make sure you're subscribed with alerts on. We'll flag what's confirmed, what's contested, and what's pure speculation so you can separate the signal from the noise. Bottom line, the internet's verdicts don't raise children, adults do. The allegations here range from unwise to unsafe. Some are documented by clips, others are claims from exes and commentators that haven't been tested in court. The ethical response is clear. Protect the child's privacy, push the parents toward help and structure, and hold everybody, including the platforms, responsible for the incentives that make train wreck parenting a paycheck. If you're here to see people fail, this channel won't feed that. If you're here to hold a mirror up to messy public behavior while demanding better outcomes for kids, you're in the right place. Tap subscribe so you don't miss the next verified development. I'll leave you with the hard questions the community is asking right now. How many more bad moments before someone with authority steps in? If Chrisean is truly overwhelmed, who in her circle is brave enough to prioritize the baby over the brand? If Blueface believes there's risk, where's the paper trail? The motions, the affidavits, the supervised visitation requests? If CPS looked and closed the case, what standard didn't get met and what would? And for us, the audience, what do we choose to share, reward, and watch? Are we part of the problem or the pressure that produces change? Sound off in the comments. Keep it human, keep it on the adults, and keep the child out of your insults. If you found this useful, like the video so it reaches people who need the context, and share it with that one friend who only sees the sensational clips. And don't forget, subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll bring you the next real update, court-stamped, source-checked, and kid-first whenever it drops. Top of form, bottom of form.